Oh, I saw that. The funny thing is, I've been sitting here for about 2 minutes talking and just realized that I didn't click go live. So I'm like sitting here like, somebody give me a heads up that you can hear me. Yeah, worker, that works. You've got powers, dude. Michael, in all fairness, I was sitting here for a couple minutes, like asking questions, and I'm like, somebody in the chat, tell me if you can hear me. And I realized on my YouTube I didn't click go live. So I thought I was streaming on my Streamlabs, but Sunday evening tea. Yeah, so these are going to move earlier. It feels weird having coffee at noon now, but I still like it. Ah, how's everybody doing? It's a cloudy, rainy day here as always, but it's always a good day in my world. I'm happy. Yeah, Everett, less people. That's okay. You never know. You might get a few more in. Blue Star, hello. Oh, it is good coffee, though. I'm going to be wired in a few minutes. Okay, in Japan. Orker, I love cloudy and rainy too, to be 100% honest. Like, I don't do well with heat. I'm a cold weather, rainy, cloudy guy. I got my, well, it's not a new mug, but I got a new mug this time. I got my Parks and Recreation, Aziz Ansari. Treat yourself. So, before we really get started with, oh, Matt. I just saw that. No problem, man. I love that. I wouldn't really consider myself a big YouTuber, but I really appreciate that. That's super cool. Got Hamburg, Germany in the house. Yeah, I mean, I'll always show up if there's 12-foot ninja involved for sure. Um, Philippines. Hello. I was in, the last time I was in the Philippines, I was in Manila in about 2015, I think it was. So, before we get started with like questions and talking to everybody, a couple of announcements. Sundays from now on, I am no longer going to be posting a video reaction, only on Sundays. I'm still doing the live stream. The reason that I'm doing that is because that gives me a day to kind of recover and get ahead and work on other stuff, because working on videos every single day and trying to do releases every day has been a lot harder than I thought it would be. It's not too much, but it's difficult. But I still want to do the live stream. So Monday through Saturday, we're still going to be doing videos at 11:30 Central Time, my time. And then Sunday, we're going to be moving the live stream back an hour. So it'll be 11 a.m. my time, and no reaction videos on Sunday. Until maybe I can get ahead of the curve and kind of get ahead of schedule and stuff like that. It's just becoming really difficult. Lucas, we had the remnants of Hurricane Laura up here in Tennessee the other day too. We had a tornado north of the city and a lot of storms and stuff. It was pretty crazy. Sean from South Africa. Where's Chase? Chase is from South Africa. Captain Rojo. You are the man, buddy. I love you, dude. Yeah. All the volcanoes in Nashville. Thanks, dude. Logan, you are a good man. You don't need to do that. So now that we've been live for a few minutes and there's some people in here, another quick announcement. I have finally decided to take the time to set up Patreon, and I am going to launch my Patreon on September 1st on Tuesday. I'm not doing tiers. I'm doing one subscription price. I did a poll on my page and I took everybody's info into account. I'm going to start my Patreon at $5 per month. And what that will do is allow me to focus more on this. I can upgrade gear. I can get more content out because it's, like I said, it's difficult. But, you know, if I have people that help contribute and support, like I can actually focus more on this and get better gear and stuff like that. So $5 a month on Patreon. Now, in the future, if Patreon does super well, I want to drop that price to as cheap as possible. So I kind of have milestones in my head. Once I hit certain numbers of subscribers, I'm going to drop the price. Like my main goal eventually, if this YouTube thing takes off, I want my Patreon to be $1. Like literally just $1 for everybody. I'm not doing different tiers. It's just going to be one tier. I don't want to I know some Patreons, they have higher tiers where you can pay more and you get like a guaranteed reaction per month. I don't want to do that. And the reason I don't want to do that is because I like doing the content that everybody contributes to and that everybody wants to see. I love reading through the comments in Discord and on here to see what everybody wants to watch. And what I feel like having a tier on Patreon where people can get a guaranteed reaction a month, I feel like that would put all the control of my content into one person's hands. And I don't want to do that. I want the control of my content to be ultimately decided by me, but mainly decided by you guys. The more comments I get for certain bands, like I want to do that. So that being said, one tier on my Patreon. What you're going to get with that is you're going to get early access to all my videos. I will give all the Patreon subscribers access to the videos at least 12 hours before they get put up on YouTube. Once I start getting ahead of schedule by a day or two, you'll get them a full day early. Anything that ever gets blocked on YouTube, I'm going to take a quick break because I just saw another super chat. Matt and Lexi, thank you guys so much. You didn't have to do that, but I really appreciate it. I love that you guys are doing those reactions as well. If anybody hasn't seen it, Matt and Lexi are father-daughter, and they are doing a reaction channel to videos as well. I actually watched the Spirit Box one the other day, and I loved it. Like, there's just something about that that's just such good content. So back really quick to the Patreon thing. So you'll get early access to all the videos. I'll upload them and put a link in Patreon so you can view it before anybody else. Anything that ever gets blocked on YouTube, even if it's in one country, I'll put it on Patreon. What? Max, seriously? Like, I don't know what to say right now. Everybody in the chat, please say thank you to Max for contributing as well. That's unreal, dude. Thank you. Yeah, and kind of what you just said. Max said no Patreon for me, but I might do that. That's fine. Patreon isn't for everybody. I get that. Super chat's cool, PayPal, but like I said, guys, none of this is expected. Like, I'm doing this because I'm having a blast with you guys. Sorry. I just saw that was, I'm seeing all the comments. I did my translation, my currency exchange wrong. So either way, still amazing. I haven't traveled in a while. I did my currency exchange wrong. But Max, thank you again, man. That's super awesome. Yeah, so Patreon's not for everybody. I get that. And like, I'm never going to stop putting stuff on YouTube. I don't want to force people to pay for stuff. Like, that's not what I'm doing. I'm thoroughly enjoying just discovering new music with everybody. But yeah, PayPal, Super Chat, whatever. Like, I don't expect you guys to contribute to this channel. You don't have to. But it is greatly appreciated. And I love all of you guys, seriously. So real quick, let me finish off Patreon and then we'll start doing Q&A and stuff. So Patreon, access to my videos early. Anything that ever gets blocked on YouTube, it'll be on Patreon. So a lot of stuff right now I noticed is getting blocked in Denmark. I will put those on Patreon. I keep all my, so the way I do my reaction videos, I only film one reaction. So that way it's authentic. But my intros and outros, I try several times and I screw up a lot. And I save all of it and some of it's funny. And on Patreon, I'm going to be uploading blooper videos once or twice a month that you can just sit back and laugh at me screw up, and it's pretty fun. Also going to be throwing in some Discord stuff in there. With Patreon, you get access to a private channel on mine and Chase's Discord server where we're on there, and it's just Patreon and Subscribestar members. I haven't done Subscribestar yet, but I might. And also, this kind of goes back to the input on the videos. I don't want one person dictating the content that I'm going to be putting out. That's why I'm not doing tiers for guaranteed reactions. But on Patreon, I'm going to regularly, at least once or twice a week, be putting up community polls that you guys can vote on and tell me what you want to see. And that is going to weigh heavily on what I do. Because there are days where I have no idea what to do. And I get so many recommendations from you guys that I just really don't know what to do. So that's where that poll is going to come in. I'm going to put a poll up with maybe 3 or 4 videos and say, hey, what do you guys want to see? And whatever you vote on, that's what I'm going to do. So that'll be on Patreon as well. So that's about it. You know, I'll put the link to my Patreon up on Tuesday because that's the day I'm going to do it. September 1st, brand new month. It's perfect. But yeah, you can read more into what I'm going to do, and things might change in the future. I might add some more cool stuff. And like I said, if Patreon kind of gets rolling, I'm going to drop the price. Like my hope is that someday if this stuff kind of blows up, I would love to drop that price to like $1 for everybody if there's that many subscribers. That way people are getting content and it's still helping. I saw somebody ask, I don't want to go back, but I saw somebody ask how I know Chase. That's actually a really funny story, how I know Chase Carnison. He started this YouTube reaction journey a couple months before I did. And when I started, I really, you know, I didn't watch too many other reaction videos because I didn't want to ruin any songs that I wanted to do for myself. But I looked at other people's pages and I more for stuff I didn't want to do. Like I would see people do things and I was like, I'm not going to do that. And I really just wanted to make content that I would enjoy as well. So that's kind of what I'm doing. But Chase was one of the first people that I saw his page and I was like, wow, I really like how he's breaking this down. And not only that, but he's only been doing this a few months and he's really taken off. And it's like, if I'm being honest, Chase was kind of my bar when I first started. Like I looked at his numbers and what, you know, stuff like that. And I was like, all right, if I can keep up with him, like that's how I know I'm doing okay. And then I can't remember who reached out first, but one of us reached out to each other on Twitter and was like, hey man, like I like your stuff. Do you want to do a video call one of these days? Chase and I did a video call on Skype with each other. And I honestly thought it was going to be like an hour, something like that. And we sat on there for like 3 hours just talking. Like the first part of it was talking about YouTube and what we're doing, but the rest of it was just personal stuff. And we got to know each other. And he's a great, wonderful dude. And I like him a lot. And we've just become friends. And then we combined our Discord servers and we're always on there talking with people and hanging out. And it's just, Chase is just a wonderful dude. Like he's a person I would hang out with every single day. And we're kind of doing the same type of reactions where we're pausing and breaking stuff down. Pause, gang. I love giving him crap for that. But like, yeah, we pause and we break stuff down, but we're doing it differently. His expertise is on the actual music and mine's on the gear and production. So we're kind of doing the same thing in different ways. And we're really enjoying it. I believe it says Lily Combs. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That is awesome. I appreciate that so much, guys. Because like I said, It's not necessary, but when you guys do contribute to this channel, like, it just keeps things going. It's really motivation for me, to be honest. I'm like, wow, people are enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. This is fun, but it allows me to get, you know, better gear and to just keep doing it. I mean, if this turns into a full-time job, like, I may just be doing YouTube content and just having fun with you guys, but we'll see. It's been a blast so far. It's only been like 6 weeks since I've been doing this, and I love it. So let's start getting to comments here. I want to hear from you guys. Matt and Lexi again. Guys, you don't have to do that. But man, I love you guys for that. Matt and Lexi, father-daughter duo doing reactions. I just watched it the other day and I loved it. That's like wholesome content, man. So for those of you that don't know, I can't remember if I've said this yet, so if not, surprise, but my wife and I have a child on the way, and I would love to do that someday when my kid grows up. Just jump them in reactions and check out music. My little kid's gonna be a metalhead, guaranteed. So Everett says Epica is tomorrow. Yeah, I let that one drop on accident. Tomorrow I'm releasing Epica. It's going to be Consigned to Oblivion. I was hoping I was going to beat Chase to that, but he released his today. Go figure. Chase. Chris L says, good morning from east of Nashville. I'm east of Nashville. Well, I'm on the east side of Nashville. Max, Epica's coming. God, chat's going fast. Sorry, guys. Oh, everybody's saying congratulations. Thank you. We were surprised. We are due in March. So if everything goes well, might have a little baby tank in March. Am I familiar with Parkway Drive? Very. I love Parkway Drive, but I've been seeing a lot of comments for him lately, and I was like, well, I can't do an authentic reaction to that because I already love that band. I've been listening to them forever, but I've never seen them live, and I've never seen any live videos, and somebody posted a live video from Vakken, and I might do that very soon. Tank Mom. I'm trying to get my wife on here. One of these days, I'm going to get her to jump on here. Michael, thank you very much, dude. So appreciated. Again, not necessary, but seriously, greatly appreciated. That's awesome. Tank family reacts. Maybe. Baby Tank. Somebody just asked, what is Chase's channel? Chase Carnison. It's just his name. He does a lot of reaction videos. Mark, thank you very much, man. Yeah, see, that's the weird thing is somebody recently was like, dude, I don't know if you're going to be putting out a video a day once you have a kid. I mean, I get it. Lefty, thank you so much. God, you guys, I mean, every week you guys just blow me away, man. It is just awesome. I have never heard of Holy Moses, assuming that that is a band. James Bacon, you sent me a message on IG. I'll check it out. I have been terrible checking my Instagram lately. I'm not going to lie. I've just been on YouTube and Discord. I need to get on Twitter and IG and all that stuff. Paula asks, how can I donate? So I have a PayPal link on my About Me on YouTube. The super chat on here works, but if you wait till Tuesday, I am releasing my Patreon, and you could subscribe on that too. Mark 1983, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that, man. You guys are great. Everybody thank Mark. I love that little animation. That's awesome. Riffraff says, my Who reaction with my dad was liked. That was a blast, man. I'm not going to lie. I wish I would have got to do more with him. He still is a little weird about like being on camera and stuff like that. I think after the first one, he might be used to it. But next time he comes down and visits, I'm going to get him on another one because it was hilarious. I did, Matt and Lexi, I did see Tatiana dropped a one-take vocal performance. I'm probably going to get to that. I'm still kind of checking out their music. So, like, I already know she's impressive. Like, I mean, I'll watch it, but Lefty asked if I've ever heard of baby metal. Yes, I have. And a lot of people have been asking for reactions. The interesting thing about baby metal for me, I'll be honest about this. I heard them when they first came out, and to me, it seemed like a gimmick. Now, that being said, I do understand they have phenomenal musicians in that group. I get it. But I haven't listened to them in years. But in the spirit of this channel and just being open to everything, I'm going to need to revisit and check it out. So I will probably be doing baby metal soon. Anders, I don't know what percentage YouTube takes. I really don't. I have no idea. I don't know what Patreon takes. I haven't looked into it. I need to find out. If somebody knows, let me know. But I'll look into that. Eric says 30%. That seems high. Not that I don't believe you. I'm just saying that seems really high. But I'll look into that. I believe you. Will I do a Camelot video? Absolutely. I saw Tommy on that Arion video, and I'm not too familiar with Camelot, and I was blown away by his voice, so I need to check them out. But I know I should probably check out the old singer, too. Jason says 30% as well, so yeah, I mean, yeah. Knowing that now, I might disable Super Chat in the future and just go with PayPal and Patreon, to be honest. Like, YouTube's owned by, I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for like saying this because I'm on YouTube, but it's like, I believe YouTube's owned by Google, right? Do they really need more money? Mariposa asks, what's a favorite band of my dad's? Man, the Rolling Stones, Deep Purple. He likes Joe Bonamassa a lot. But like growing up, it was like Deep Purple, the Stones, the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, but we also listened to a lot of Stevie Ray Vaughan, Muddy Waters, a lot of blues and stuff like that. Riff Raff, I did check out Love Bites, and I was not blown away. I didn't hate it by any means. I just didn't really do anything for me, to be honest. The musicianship was great. In all fairness, I'm definitely going to check them out again. It's just first reaction, like, it was just, for me personally, it was just okay. Paula, have a great day. Thank you for being here. Eskimo Callboy announced they have a new song and video dropping soon. I hope it's MC Thunder 2. I'll tell you that right now. Anders, that's kind of my point, man. Like, for anybody that doesn't know, Baby Metal was put together by a producer and a talent agency. Like, that's not a band that just started as a local band and grinded their way to the top. Now, again, I don't want to take anything away from them, because from what I've seen and heard lately, they've progressed away from that gimmick, and, like, they are a force. Like, and I know they have great session musicians. I know that. Bullet for My Valentine, very familiar with. I loved them. I think I first heard them on like a Madden soundtrack like 15 years ago and loved them. Max, Amorphous is the one left. Yep, I need to do Amorphous too, for sure. My dad does know about Greta Van Fleet, Eric. We've listened to him. My only issue with Greta Van Fleet, like, I've met them. I have a friend that works for them. I like them. My opinion is if I want to listen to Led Zeppelin, I'll listen to Led Zeppelin. Dude, Iced Earth is another band I just never listened to. I had friends in high school that were obsessed with them, and I just never listened to them. All right, if it's MC Thunder 2, that video for Eskimo Callboy, I'm watching it. Awesome. Wagaki Band, that's another one. They're on my list for sure. Oh, Caffeine Night Owl says, does your father like Rainbow? Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that was like, stuff like that was my childhood, man. Chris Ells, new to Nashville, need to find a top-notch metal bar venue. I mean, I've lived here 10 years and, you know, a lot of roadies and a lot of rock and roll dudes hang out at a bar on the east side called the Red Door. And there is one in Midtown as well. Exit In is a good venue for metal shows. I actually saw Carcass and Obituary there a few years back, and it was great. They have a lot of good shows. But in terms of just like an actual metal bar, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head. Let's see here. I've heard of Porcupine Tree, but I've never listened to them. Also have heard of Catatonia, never listened to them. That's what's so weird is like, it's mind-blowing that I'm familiar with some bands but not others. Like, I'm familiar with some super crazy obscure bands that nobody's heard of, and then like bands that everybody knows I've never listened to. Definitely need to do Halloween, I see that. Phew, it's gonna take years to react to all the bands. I'm gonna have to put out like 10 videos a day, and even then I don't think I can do that. Oh, the first Rainbow album, absolutely. I actually watched, my dad and I, when he was here, we were watching old live videos from like the 70s and 80s and stuff on YouTube, and we watched a Rainbow performance. We also watched a performance of Jethro Tull from like 1972 in London, and it was awesome. Like, I love watching the old stuff like that. Matt, you guys did Psychosocial? I need to go check that out. That'll be funny. Is it Delane, Bobby? Is that how you pronounce it? I know I've heard that name a million times on this channel now, and I still haven't checked it out, but I need to. Jacob asks, what about Skindred? I have been listening to Skindred since about the time Nobody came out. I actually love that band. Thoughts on Ghost? Asks Jason. I don't really have any. I think I've heard him twice, and for some reason I don't understand Ghost. All my super heavy metalhead friends love that band, and the first time they ever played them for me, I was like, this does not sound like heavy metal. But Ghost is another band that I'm very well aware of. I've just never sat and listened to their music, so I might have to check that out too. Power Wolf, I'm checking out soon. I've heard so many comments on that. Mariposa asks, did my dad play in a band? He didn't. He just plays acoustic guitar, harmonica, electric guitar, stuff like that. And the extent that I've seen is just him hanging out at the house playing acoustic and harmonica and stuff like that. But he's good. I like a lot of old thrash, Esme, for sure. Lost Society, all right. I've heard of Moonspell, Lucas, but I've never listened to them. And I'm very familiar with Rammstein. So guys, I see the Rammstein comments. Rammstein. My problem with doing a reaction to Rammstein, I'm way too familiar. I have all their albums. I have their DVDs. I've seen them live a ton. Maybe once I start getting into actual reviews and not reactions, I'll do it, but I couldn't do a reaction to Rammstein. Like, I already know what I'm going to see. I already know what it sounds like. Heavy Saurus. Oh, that's the metal band for the kids. Yeah, I need to check that out. I forgot about that. I wrote it down, too. Night Owl, I love Children of Bodom. Absolutely love them. I got into them in high school, like 20 years ago, and I love that band. Yeah, Ian Anderson is a showman. My dad actually named me Ian, mainly after Ian Gillan. Ian is my real name. But there's the big three of Ians he named me after. Ian Gillan, Ian Anderson, Ian Pace. Nemophilia or Mary's Blood? I have not, but I've heard Mary's Blood mentioned quite a few times, along with like Unlucky Morpheus and stuff like that too. So I need to get to that as well. Julia, I feel like I've heard of The Bled, but I don't think I've ever listened. Seether, another band I'm way too familiar with to do a reaction to. I have actually toured with Seether multiple times. I didn't work for them, but I was on a tour that they were on. Great people. Back when I used to drink, I had some fun party nights with those guys, man. Great people. So I see a comment that says, I don't get why so many people just know about Greta Van Fleet, but not about all other retro style bands that don't sound exactly like another band. Yeah, man, it's kind of weird. They're talented. They're good guys. I've met them. It's crazy that they just blew up. Like, there are a lot of bands that have that retro sound, but it was Greta Van Fleet that really blew up. Yes, I do know We Butter the Bread with Butter. I absolutely love them. Marlo, yeah, I should just change my legal name to Tank at this point. Tank is my nickname on the road. Like, a band that I worked for called me Tank like years ago, and it just stuck. I feel like I've heard of Imminence, but I don't think I've listened. Metalcore band with a violin player. Okay. Septic Flesh, I've had comments for. I've never listened to them either. That's a statement. Saying another band is gonna top Rammstein at their own game. You got my attention. I'll go back and check that out. So no, commenting on YouTube is not the only way to suggest a band. If you go to the link in my videos for Discord, Chase Carnison and I share a Discord server, and we're on there all the time talking to people. And there's a video suggestion channel that you can drop the links to videos in there, and we check that a lot. At this point, my channel hasn't gotten too busy to the point where I can't read comments. Like, I see everything, even if I don't respond. Like, I write all the bands down and stuff, but Discord is another good place to go and leave video suggestions. Juliet says, should have just legally changed my name to Tank. I mean, I could. I think you can legally change your name to anything. I'm not quite sure, though. Chris L says, Head PE. Man, Head PE was one of those bands when I was in like middle school and high school. Like when Bartender came out, we were all about it. And I heard some of their stuff recently and I just did not like it. Weirdest, most obscure thing you've had to rig? Um, Nothing too crazy, but I did have an issue last summer where an amp rig that I was working on had a bad grounding issue, and every time I touched an amp, it shocked me like hard. So we wound up taking some wire that we had cut and ran it from the amp to the side of the case it was in to ground it. It was a weird rigging thing to get rid of like the buzz and the shocking and stuff like that. I'll have to think about that. I have not heard anything from Beast in Black, and that's another band I keep getting comments on, and I need to check them out as well. Let's see. I need a dog named Panzer. I have 2 dogs. Duran Gray. Okay. Logan, with another super chat. Duran Gray. I know. You keep telling me. I need to listen to him. I actually have 2 dogs. Their names are Penny and Mowgli. If I ever get a third, I'll name him Panzer. Necrogoblicon. God, I've been waiting for somebody to request that. So I've seen their singers like interview videos, but I've never actually listened to the band. And I was kind of hoping somebody would bring up Necrogoblicon just so I had that motivation to like do it and know that somebody would want to see it. I've seen a couple comments that say, thank you for my reactions. Thank you guys for watching. Seriously. I mean, I could put out all the reactions in the world, but without you guys watching, it wouldn't mean anything. Favorite guitar you've gotten your hands on while touring? Ooh. So it wasn't a guitar that I worked on, but I once got to hold Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick's big, like, 6-headed guitar. That was pretty cool. Recently, Bryce from Lifehouse had a really cool Rickenbacker bass that I used to like to work on. That was sweet. Recently, I really enjoyed Dustin Lynch's ESP Eclipse 2. It just feels good. It sounds good. Nothing, like old school history about it, but it was a good guitar. His guitar player, Chris LaCourte, also has a Gibson Explorer that I really like to play with too. Ever got shocked by an SM58 that had phantom power on it? Yes, it sucks. Like, I hate getting shocked more than anything ever on tour. Anything. I'd rather have somebody slap me across the face than get shocked by something. It is not fun. In fact, I think I saw White Wolf. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. He says, thanks for actually reading the comments. Most don't. What's the point in doing a live stream Q&A if you're not going to read the comments? I mean, I know I'm missing some of them because it's going fast, but I try. I don't know what other people are doing if they're not reading the comments. Just sitting and listening to themselves talk. Somebody says they second Duran Gray. Okay. And another Necrogoblicon comment. All right. What was the last time I played in a band? So Humblebee asked when the last time I was in a band was. So the last time I was actually in the band was like early 2009. But we've done a couple reunion shows since then. One of those reunion shows, I was a bass player in my band. Our drummer got sick day of show and couldn't play, and I played drums the whole show, and my guitar player played bass. I had never played live drums ever before. Like, literally first time. And it was fun. It was an absolute blast. Aiden, thank you very much. I see that super chat. I appreciate you, man. I see best show you've seen, 1 for atmosphere, 2 for sound. Ooh. Give me a second to think about that. Man, I never got into Cradle of Filth, Mark. The last time I heard him was when I was in like high school. I just remember a lot of the goth kids wearing Cradle of Filth t-shirts all the time, and I remember hearing it and I was like, man, I didn't like it. But my musical taste has changed a lot since then, so I might like it now if I listen to it. Aiden asks, have I checked out Shadow of Intent? I have not yet, but they are very high up on my list. Like, I need to. I've seen a lot of comments for that, and I will be checking out Shadow of Intent. In fact, when my dad was here, I told him about that band, and he went and checked them out, and he wouldn't tell me anything about them. He goes, you'll like it. But he's like, I don't want to tell you anything else about it. But he's like, you will like it, so I'll check them out. Do I have the time to enjoy the concert while on tour? No. Like, direct answer, no. I enjoy the show working. I love being a tech way more than I ever enjoyed being in a band. I really do. So I enjoy the show for what it is. Like, it's a blast. It's fun to be a part of it. It's fun to see the crowd energy, but like, I'm working the whole time. There's always something in my mind. The next thing that's coming. What guitar's got to be ready? If something goes wrong, what am I going to do? Now, if we're opening for somebody and we get loaded out, like I'll have the chance to go and watch, which is super cool. And I've done that. Like, we finished a show recently, a couple years ago, and Alabama played after us, and I got to go watch them, and it was super cool. Same thing, we did a show opening for Garth Brooks, and when we got done, Garth gave everybody in the band and crew like really nice seated tickets. Nicest guy ever, Garth Brooks. And we watched that whole show, and it was just mind-blowing. That actually might be the answer to Max's question. Atmosphere might be Garth Brooks live. I mean, that crowd just... the atmosphere was unreal. Sound-wise, might be Bruce Springsteen. That was a really good sounding show. Monster Cookies asks, random question, how tall am I? 5'11". I don't know what that is in centimeters off the top of my head. Logan, stop with the super chat. I love you, dude. I seriously appreciate it, but you don't need to keep doing it. Like, I'm starting to feel guilty. I'm going to track you down and give you all your money back. Trying to go back. Marlo says your dad wouldn't like Shadow of Intent. I bet you're right. Like, from what I've gathered about hearing from Shadow Intent, I think they're going to be deathcore sounding, but I'm not 100% sure. So I assume my dad wouldn't like it. I have not heard of Arcona, Russian band. I think the only Russian band I'm familiar with is Slaughter to Prevail. I'll check out Arcona. I feel like I've heard the name. Matt, yeah, dude, being a bouncer at concerts, depending on the genre, has got to suck. And like, I've worked rock, classic rock, pop, country. Nobody has worse crowds than country. Just drunken, crazy people, man. Just fights everywhere. Like, the energy, the shows are great, but country crowds, man, they party. They party harder than any rock tours I've ever been on. Jake says Bruce was the first concert I ever went to. I saw Bruce Springsteen with my dad in Chicago at the United Center. I can't remember when it was. I want to say it was like early 2000, but Max Weinberg had to leave mid-set to go do Conan, and that was the first time I ever saw Jay Weinberg play drums. He filled in for his dad at that Bruce Springsteen show. Emperor of Mankind says it's Sunday evening whiskey in Germany. I mean, it's a little late for coffee here too, but I like my coffee. Lost Society, I am not familiar at all. Lefty Me says USA should stop being weird on measurements. I agree with you. I do. I like, every time I've gone to Europe, I'm like, this is so much easier. It's like counting everything on tens. Like, we just probably want to be different or something. The only thing I would argue is I like Fahrenheit better than Celsius. I feel like Fahrenheit is a more accurate measurement, but that's my opinion. There are just too many good bands out there to react to. I mean, I agree. I had a friend text me the other day, was like, your reaction channel bums me out. And I was like, why? And he goes, there are just so many good bands you've been missing out on. I was like, so I'm doing this channel, man. Do more Sabaton. It's happening. It's going to happen. I promise. Oh, Matt, you're from Des Moines? That's crazy. I know some people that know them very well that have also said they're like super cool. Most metal shows have great crowds, man. Everybody takes care of each other. The only time I've been to like a heavy show that I hated was Hatebreed. Their crowd sucks. Like, they're brutal. That is a pit. I will never go back into that pit ever. I mean, I'm not going into a pit at 33 anymore anyway, but dude, Hatebreed crowds, that is a brutal pit, man. As a techie, you need to comment on the Rammstein live band. So like I said earlier, I'm just so familiar with Rammstein that like I couldn't give an authentic first time reaction. But if I start going into like review and production breakdown videos, I'll definitely do that. Tony, I saw Eric Clapton live again with my dad with Eric Clapton and Steve Winwood, I believe. And it was amazing. I have not heard of Kingdom of Giants, Juliet. I saw that Dee Schneider was on the new Arion. I need to check that out. Speaking of Arion, how cool is Arion? I mean, responded to my video, posted it on his Facebook. Like, what a nice dude, man. So far, out of all the artists that I've checked out on my channel, Arian Lucasen, Ronnie Radke. Those are the two people that have responded to my videos. Oh, the Orbit Culture guys responded to my video too. Those are the three artists that have actually taken the time to like reach out and be like, dude, this was super cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. It says a lot about those kind of people. So the reason I say Fahrenheit is more accurate and I'm giving you this argument not from me, but a Canadian told me this. Said that with Fahrenheit, the first number in a Fahrenheit number gives you a very good feeling of what it's going to feel like when you're outside. So if somebody tells me it's in the 70s, that gives me a good range. I know what it's going to feel like. Or if somebody says 90s, I know what it's going to feel like. The second number in the Fahrenheit number tells you exactly what it's going to be like. So if somebody says 72, I'm going to be like, perfect. Somebody says 78, 79, I'm going to be like, all right, might need to wear short sleeves. Or if somebody says 92 or 99, I know that's the difference between brutally hot and miserably hot. But it's probably all frame of reference, man. That's just what I'm used to. But that was an argument that I heard from a Canadian that was used to using Celsius. They told me they thought Fahrenheit was more accurate. Oh, Matt, that's awesome. Yeah, I like going to Des Moines, man. There was a club venue there called Woolies, I believe, that has a really cool arcade downstairs, and then Zombie Burgers like right across the street. I used to love going to Des Moines. I have not heard Temperance. And yes, Aryan is so wholesome. Infant Annihilator. So I've seen a drum playthrough, an old one that their drummer did on like an electronic kit in a bedroom or something, but I've never actually listened to their band. I didn't know they were a real band. I thought it was just a few dudes that were making just like brutally, almost jokingly heavy music. So I may have to check them out. Finnish bands are awesome. Ooh, that'd be cool. I would love to see the Winter Sun guys comment on something. I loved them. I'm gonna be doing Time by Winter Sun soon, for sure. I need more of that band in my life. Yeah, I actually first heard of Rammstein maybe in sorry Orkar, Rammstein, uh 99 maybe or 98. When Du Hast came out, it was like number one on the local rock station in Chicago for like a year, easily. And then I bought their album that was on. Um and I just fell in love with that band. It was the coolest sound. Maybe. Canadian could have been making it up. I don't know. Canadians are usually very nice and truthful, though. I don't know why they would. Or maybe he was being nice to make me feel good. I don't know. Norpal, I've actually gotten used to in Discord and in comments and stuff using metric when I'm talking to people and 24-hour time. I actually like 24-hour time better. I have my clock on my phone set to that too. Never heard of Nightmare, Bobby. Pretty accurate description of Infant Annihilator. So I do, Hector. I need to check out Avatar. I've heard their name for like 20 years. Like that can't be an exaggeration. Like I think I've seen their name for like 20 years and I've never checked them out. I just found out they're from Gothenburg. I didn't know that. And there's never been a band from Gothenburg I haven't liked. So I'm sure I would dig it. Adam says you've reacted to the Who. Now you need to do Ego Fall and was it Tanger Calvary? Okay, I'm not familiar with either. Do I like active or passive pickups more? Definitely active. Um, but I don't have an issue with passive. As a tech, passive because then I don't have to change any batteries. But if I were playing active, you remember seeing Queen in the 80s in the UK? Pfft, I'm jealous, Jason. That's a band I would kill to see with Freddie. I mean, you know, you can still go see the Queen experience and all that now, but just seeing Freddie live would have just been amazing. Tatiana says, you're Monsters of Rock in 87. Jeez. There needs to be a cover band from Japan called Ramenstein. that, that's the comment of the day right there. That would be awesome. So Beyond the Black. I think I keep confusing Beyond the Black and Beast in Black. That's two different bands, right? Iron Maiden live in Rio. Funny thing about Iron Maiden, I'm familiar with Maiden. I know their big songs, but I've never actually sat down and like listened to an entire record or anything like that. Oh, you guys are going off Kelvin temperatures? Get out of here. I don't know how to read that. Came out of a sauna that was 160 degrees. I mean, sounds pretty accurate for a sauna. I mean, that's hotter than hell. Oh, Adam, I didn't know that. Tanger Calvary did music, Civilization 4 and Doom Eternal. Good to know. I love Dimmu Borgir. I was actually listening to them in the car ride back from Chicago. Phenomenal. Arch Enemy, I'm familiar with older stuff from them, but not the newer stuff. And obviously, I'm getting into Amon Amarth on the channel now. When is the Room tour coming? Oh, that would be cool. I could go through all the posters and stuff. Like, I have so much stuff you guys can't see. I have like in the back, you can see some of the pop figures I have, but I have a whole wall here and here. I have more tour posters over here. I have a frame with all my tour laminates. Tons of random stuff. That'd be fun. I should do that. Analog or digital guitar pedals? I like analog. They're harder to fix. Actually, it all depends. I have not heard of Neuraxis, but if they're a tech death metal band from Montreal, I'll probably like them because I liked Beyond Creation, and that's where they're from. Night Owl, I have not heard of that band. I should check that out too. Oh, Beyond the Black sounds like Metal Church? I'd probably dig that. So Eric, I might have to check out a live Dimmu video because I like their music and I'm familiar with quite a few of their albums, but I've never actually seen live videos of them. I would love to. I loved their new album. It was really good. Have I ever gone down a Zappa hole? Absolutely. I grew up on that too. My dad loved Frank Zappa. I think like there are times where I walk around my house or when I take my dogs out when I'm bored and I just start singing like "Watch out where the huskies go and don't you eat that yellow snow." Like there are a lot of Zappa songs that I sing in my head a lot. Favorite movie? Goon, probably. Go figure, it's a hockey movie. If you've never seen Goon, I would highly recommend it. I think 1 and 2 are on Netflix right now, but the first one is superior in every way. Lefty asked, what is the black guitar behind me? That is an LTD Eclipse. Honestly, it's nothing super special about it. I just bought it recently for more of a metal guitar that I could put in drop tuning to just play along with stuff in the house. The Fender Strat back there, that's an 87. It's a Squier. It's a Japanese Squier Stratocaster that was my dad's that he bought right before I was born and gave that to me. So I keep that in standard tuning. And then the bass on my wall back here is a Fender P bass. That was the bass that I used in my band. So that's a 2007, I think. Favorite color must be black. Yeah. Honestly, my favorite color is red. But my favorite color combos are black and red. Probably because of the Blackhawks and the Bulls growing up with all that. But red is my favorite color, if it was a color. But other than that, yeah, just black. Cool Runnings. God, I haven't seen that movie in a while. Yeah, I probably do have a year's worth of work with all the bands mentioned today. I feel like I have a year's worth of work already just from comments alone. Yeah, there's a Goon 2. I think it came out a few years later. Actually, that poster down there under the Pat Benatar poster, that's from Goon 2. I can't remember who the artist was that did that. Oh, yeah, I can't remember. But yeah, there is a Goon 2. Violent Gentleman actually did like all the merchandise for the movie release of Goon 2. Who do you got winning the Stanley Cup this year? Asks Aiden. Man, right now I'm rooting for Philly because I have a friend that plays for the Flyers and I would love to see him take home a cup. Man, the West, out of the West, I'm liking Vegas, and Dallas looks a lot better than I was giving them credit for. Out of the East, I honestly think whoever wins this Islanders Flyers series is going to go to the Stanley Cup. I think Tampa is going to beat Boston in their series. Tampa's a great team too. I don't know, man. My biased part of me is saying Flyers. My gut is saying Vegas. But playoffs are crazy, man. You never know what happens. Slayer colors, black and red. That's right. Am I familiar with any Finnish hockey players? A few, yeah. We've got one on the Blackhawks, Ali Mata. Pekarinen plays for the Nashville Predators. Yeah. Rammstein review in 2045. Any live shows that give me instant migraines thinking of the setup involved? Ooh. Trans-Siberian Orchestra tours look like they would qualify, but I know a lot of people that work on that tour, stage managers, production managers, stuff like that, and they have a huge crew. And if you have a good production team, that stuff's easy. I mean, it comes as second nature. Everybody has a job to do, they know what they're doing, and it goes up very fast. Yeah, it's funny that you say that. I can't think of when I worked for Pat Neal any time that they went to the UK. Huh. There's definitely still good music out there. I just haven't found a lot of it yet. Yeah, Monster Cookies. Playoffs are unpredictable. Absolutely. I even asked my buddy that plays, I was like, do you guys as players have any kind of sense that, like, this Stanley Cup is going to be tainted? Like, let's say a 12-seeded team came in and somehow won the Stanley Cup out of a qualifying round. I was like, would that be kind of tainted because they weren't supposed to be there in a normal format anyway? And he goes, no, this might actually be the hardest Stanley Cup to win. So that's kind of wild. Do you know of a Marshall amp going to 11? I assume that's a joke. I don't know if that's a serious question. If they made one that went to 11, I'm sure it's a joke. I get the reference. Yeah, sorry if I've missed any comments, guys. It's kind of hard to keep up here. Aiden, you're an Avalanche fan? Man, they the Stars are definitely more experienced and they're a bigger, more physical team, but man, they took me by surprise. I thought, just being naive, I thought the Avalanche were going to wipe the floor with them. And I've been watching that series every game because it's really good. I like Marshall amps a ton. Also a big fan of Morgan amps. Dr. Swag asked, do I think Crow will be back for the Hawks next season? I do. And the reason I do is because they made it clear that he's going to be when they traded away Leonard. Because when they got Robin Leonard, Swedish, by the way, he actually used to have the In Flames Jester head logo on his goalie mask. They had a decision to make. They were either going to get rid of Crawford and move Leonard to their starter, or they were going to keep Crawford. And Leonard didn't want to be a backup. Crawford wasn't going to be a backup. He'd want to get traded and go be a starter somewhere else. But a lot of other teams don't want to take that risk because of his health. So I think the Hawks made it clear they're keeping Crawford when they traded Leonard away. Adam asks, when are you getting Epica Consigned to Oblivion live at the Zenith? Tomorrow. That's tomorrow. Oh, everybody else is saying tomorrow too. Cries and Red Wings fan. Man, so I've hung out with some of them on tour. They've come out to some shows in Michigan. Dylan Larkins brought some of the boys out. They're great, man. Like, I really feel for the fan base, and I hope that team turns around because they're such a legendary team. You know, the Blackhawks and the Red Wings had a super rivalry, you know, back in the day. Ever since the conference have swapped, it's kind of gone away. But I have a lot of respect for the Red Wings team. A lot of deep-rooted hatred because of the rivalry, but I respect the Red Wings organization a lot. Yeah, goaltending always. Absolutely. Whoever gets hot in the next couple series, that's probably going to be who's going to take the cup. I said Pekka. I didn't know Granlund was finished, but in all fairness, the Predators are not my team. I don't really follow the Predators. I go to games all the time because I love hockey, but the Predators are not my team. The Chicago Blackhawks are because I grew up there. Yeah, I played Witcher 3, Mariposa. Amorphous is happening. So, guys, I just noticed it's 1 o'clock. We've been doing this for about an hour, so I'll probably give this 5 more minutes, and then I need to get back to work and do some stuff around the house. But if you have any more questions or anything, I'll go about 5 more minutes. Yeah, Sandra, what are you talking about, Growler Bears? I've seen that comment a few times. Somebody else just asked too. Yeah, man. I didn't see Calgary getting hit by Dallas that bad either, but they do. They've got the experience. They've got the old grizzled veterans that know how to win. And I think that's what's going to go really well for them. White Wolf, thanks, man. Like, that blows my mind why I've never watched another Reactors live stream. I'm not going to lie, except for like Chase's 20K live stream he did. I don't know what the point of doing a live stream is if you're not going to. I mean, the whole reason I like to do this is because I interact on the spot with you guys. Eric asks, am I excited for Beyond Light? Absolutely. I am not prepared, though. Ever since I've started my YouTube channel, because I've been so busy, I have not had time to play Destiny. I used to play Destiny every single day, and I haven't played in like a month. I'm behind, but I'm excited for Beyond Light. Monster Cookies asks, thoughts on Darkest Hour? I'm not like super familiar with Darkest Hour, but I've liked everything I've heard from him. No, I said Pekka. Pecorine. It's the correct way to pronounce it, right? If I'm wrong, I apologize. Jay says go White Sox. White Sox are looking good, man. Did you plan to make a video about the same song with Chase? Total coincidence. I actually saw him do another Epica song, and I was like, okay, I need to get on Epica, and I'm going to do a song he didn't do. And then I saw him release it today. You'll even see in my video, I mentioned that. I was like, yeah, my buddy Chase got into Epica, but I'm going to do a different song that he hasn't done yet, and hopefully I get this out before him. Nope. He got it out first. How is it with hockey matches where we live? Is it possible to go see the match due to the pandemic? No, they're not. So the playoffs are all in Canada. They have the West is doing the playoffs in Edmonton. The East is doing it in Toronto. And then at one point, everybody's going to go out to Edmonton. So, and there's no fans. They're just playing in empty arenas. It's just the teams, the cameramen, stuff like that. There are no live sporting events going on right now at all. Everett asks, when is my merch coming out? I don't know. I don't know if I want to do Teespring merch with YouTube or if I just want to hit up the Violent Gentleman guys and do a collaboration with them and see how that goes. But I'll probably do some stuff. I have not heard of, what is that? Shrezzers? I've not heard of them either. Star One. Aryan stuff, I need to check that out too, because I've heard a lot about that. I think I saw a cover of them doing Space Truckin' by Deep Purple, and I was like, all right. Lefty, I don't think I've heard that amp. No, I don't think I'm familiar. Max, get some sleep, man. Thanks for being on here. Tatiana, we might do something like that. To be honest, because I've only been doing YouTube for about, what, 6 weeks now? It still feels weird, a little weird being this like open and personal on the internet with a lot of people. Um, so, I mean, we'll think about it. That's another reason my wife didn't want to jump on yet, is because it's, it's like, how personal do we want to get on here? So, the internet's a weird place. It could get bizarre. So far, everybody on my channel has been great. I love talking to you guys, and everybody's been super cool. And if anybody leaves a disgusting comment or anything, like, I had a comment on the Ginger video where this guy left a really rude comment, like sexually oriented, about Tatiana. And I was like, I don't want that stuff on my channel. Like, I don't appreciate that stuff, and I delete it right away. So, but for the most part, I don't get a lot of stuff like that. Everybody's super, super cool. Emperor of Mankind asks, have I ever left the United States to support a band overseas? So I've never gone overseas to specifically work for a band over there, but I've been overseas many times with American bands. Europe, Asia, Australia. Never been to South America, though. It's one of the few places I haven't been. Yeah, P.O. Box is an idea, for sure. Yeah, Juliet says they have fake audiences. They actually are feeding crowd noise into the arena's sound system while the games are playing. And then, like, some other sports are putting, like, cardboard cutouts in the crowd and doing green screens and stuff. It's really funny. Marlo, yeah, I get that reference. If I could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? So my wife watches a lot of like home renovation shows and buying houses all over the world, and she keeps talking about Norway. She's like, we should move to Norway. I could be down for that. I love Toronto as a city. Anywhere though, like anywhere, if I had money wasn't an option, probably Victoria Island in British Columbia, Canada. Just beautiful, man. Just so awesome. Jay asked, do I ever rock Coheed? Man, I got into him back in the day, but I haven't listened to much lately, to be honest. No reason. Just never really happened. So, it's 1:10. I'm going to start wrapping up on the comments here. I'll kind of peek just in case I missed anything, but I'm going to get going. Juliet, Toronto is one of my favorite cities in the world. I love it. I spent a lot of time up there when I was out with Walk Off the Earth. They're out towards Burlington, but I love Toronto. It's one of my favorite cities. Elvady, yeah, I've heard a few of their songs. I'm not too familiar, so there's stuff I could check out. Alcohol is too expensive in Norway. I don't drink, so that's fine. I don't drink anymore. All right, so I'm gonna cool it on the chat just because I want to get going. But just to wrap up, thank you guys again for being here. I appreciate all the recommendations you guys give me. I love checking out all this new music. Patreon is going to be up and running on Tuesday, and you're going to get videos released. You'll see videos before they're released. You'll get blocked content, blooper reels that I'll put together when I mess up, private Discord channel, and exclusive polls that Patreon subscribers, you can pretty much direct which way I'm going to go with videos. I'm going to start that at $5 a month if that feels reasonable, and then we'll go from there. Like I said, I would love someday, if Patreon and YouTube and stuff takes off, is to just put it at like $1 for all that extra content. But Tuesday I'm going to get going. Tomorrow I'm going to be releasing a reaction to Consigned to Oblivion Live by Epica. And upcoming this week too, we've got Nightwish on Wednesday, obviously. I'm going to be checking out Rivers of Nile this week. And then I'm probably going to be doing Baby Metal, some more Winter Sun, and some other stuff here and there. Kind of still trying to figure that out. But I'm going to take a peek at the comments one last time. It's just pretty much everybody saying bye. So guys, I appreciate that, man. I really, really thoroughly enjoy doing this. I love it. Just one more quick announcement. No more reaction videos on Sunday. It's just going to be live chat, and it's going to be an hour earlier at 11 a.m. my time. The reason for that is just because this is a lot more work than I thought it was going to be. Having that one day of not having to worry about a video coming out is going to totally help me catch up and get ahead and do stuff at home, and then just focus on the live chat with you guys. But still, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, reaction videos every day. 6 reaction videos a week. And then live chat Sundays. Patreon's coming up on Tuesday, so we'll be able to check that out. Matt and Lexi, thank you again, man. You didn't need to do that, but I appreciate it. And guys, thank you so much one last time for watching. I absolutely love this. You guys are the best. Thank you for turning me on to new good music. And I will see you all again next week. You know what? Maybe sooner. I'm getting close to 20K on subscribers. If I hit 20,000 before next Sunday, we'll do another live stream. We'll do a live stream when I hit 20K. So, guys, thank you again one more time. And if you're not on our Discord, I share a Discord server with Chase Carnison. The link for that is in the description to this live stream. You're all invited. We hang out on there. A lot of the people in this chat are on there. We can talk about anything but music, or anything as well as music. We talk sports, video games, whatever. Chase and I are in the voice chat a lot, hanging with people. So jump on Discord and hang out. So thank you guys again. This was a blast. I will see you again next Sunday or sooner if we get to 20K. So I'd appreciate if you share videos on social media and stuff like that. Tell people to check it out. And Patreon opening up Tuesday. So guys, I love you all. This is a blast.